Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my videos. Manchester United won, Brighton 3 at Old Trafford. Manchester United have lost 6 games at Old Trafford in the Premier League this season. Ruben Amorim has come out and admitted that maybe Man United are the worst team in history. Manchester United registered 1 shot on target in the whole entire game. That was a Bruno Fernandes penalty. It was Joshua Zirkzee that won the penalty because he got brought down by his neck. Brighton's goals came from Minter, Mitoma and Jorginho Rutter. Of course, Rutter's goal was a gift because Onana made a blunder. Of course, it was Manchester United's first defeat of 2025. Terrible performance by Manchester United. You know, it's no good producing a good performance against Liverpool at Anfield and producing a good performance against Arsenal in the FA Cup. Revert back to what I mentioned before. You know, we've got to perform very good in every single game. You know, Manchester United are in a relegation battle. Manchester United are sitting 13th in the Premier League, 10 points above relegation. Manchester United rode their luck against Southampton at Old Trafford. You know, Manchester United came from a goal behind. Amad Diallo saved Manchester United in that game. You know, he scored a hat-trick in 12 minutes. But like I said, you know, Brighton are a decent team. You know, they've got the likes of Tariq Lamptey, who's a good player. Mitoma is a key player. Solly March is a good player. They've got Danny Welbeck. Evan Ferguson, of course, is unavailable at the moment due to injury. You know, they've got Lewis Dunk, Adam Webster, Joel Veltman, Diego Gomez. You know, Brighton, of course, have let a lot of good players go. You know, they lost the likes of Alexis McAllister to Liverpool. They lost Trossard, Ben White to Arsenal. They lost the likes of Pascal Gross, Adam Lallana, Bissoma, Moises Caicedo. But despite that, you know, Brighton are still a decent team. You know, their current manager is Fabian Hürzeler. Fabian Hürzeler has been the Brighton manager for around, 7 months now? You know, when he got appointed in as the Brighton manager, he signed a 5-year contract. Of course, he replaced Roberto De Zerbi. Brighton were also very consistent when they had Graham Potter. You know, Brighton have had a very good record over Manchester United in recent years. Man United have not beaten Brighton at Old Trafford since February 2022. You know, you've got some United fans now that are demanding Ruben Amorim out of the club. You know, he's totally blameless for what's going on. You know, Man United have got to get rid of the vast majority of this team. You know, we've got to get rid of the deadwood. Ruben Amorim needs time to get rid of most of this team, recommend the right players in. Hopefully, he's going to receive the right backing. You know, Ruben Amorim has been in charge of the club now for almost 3 months. You know, we've only managed to win 3 league games under the Ruben Amorim era so far. You know, we've got a depleted board, like I've mentioned before. You know, the Glazers have been such an issue for such a long time. They've owned the club since 2005. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, you know, he's also an issue. You know, he's willing to sell our young, upcoming, talented players. And if that does happen, that's not good business by the club. Ineos, they've not done really much since they've come in either. You know, players have issues at the club as well. So these issues need to be addressed. Now, I want to give you some news on Anthony. So, according to Fabrizio Romano, who's a reliable Italian journalist, he's come out and said that Anthony will be going to Real Betis on loan. He's come out and said, here we go. A verbal agreement is nearly reached. So Anthony will be going on loan to Real Betis until June. There's no buy clause. Of course, Anthony doesn't now get in Manchester United's team. Manchester United paid £86 million for Anthony. We got him in the summer of 2022. Now I want to provide you with some more news on Garnacho. So, reports from Italy are saying that Garnacho could leave Manchester United in the next 48 hours. Garnacho spoke with Antonio Conte over the phone. Now, Man United are demanding around £50 million for Garnacho. Man United have already rejected a bid from Napoli for Garnacho. Napoli did put a bid in of £40 million. Man United, of course, rejected this. Chelsea are also interested in Garnacho, by the way. Napoli are looking for a replacement for Kvaratskhelia. Of course, Kvaratskhelia has officially joined PSG for around £59 million. So that's the news on him. But like I've said, hopefully players are going to be leaving in this January transfer window. Terrell Malacia is set to be going out on loan. It did say it's looking inevitable that he's going to be the first player to leave under the Ruben Amorim era. I said we need to get rid of Victor Lindelof because he doesn't get in the team, plus he's out with a concussion at the moment. We need to get rid of Onana because he's not good enough. He's a banana, he's Onana. I did initially say we need to get rid of Harry Maguire, but of course we know now that Harry Maguire is going to be staying at the club because Man United, of course, extended his contract. That's why we've cooled our interest in Jared Branthwaite from Everton. Obviously, you know the news regarding Marcus Rashford. Revert back to the other month, Rashford said he's looking for a new challenge. Of course, his move now to AC Milan is off. After they spoke with Rashford's representatives, AC Milan have now turned their attentions to Kyle Walker. AC Milan are closing in on the signing of Kyle Walker. Numerous clubs have been in for Marcus Rashford. It could be a problem though, Rashford moving away from Man United because of his astronomical wages. He's on £350,000 a week. Rashford, of course, does not now get in the team. He's missed the last 8 or 9 games. Obviously, there has been a lot of transfer speculation about Kobbie Mainoo leaving the club as well. There was rumours about Xerxes leaving the club before. Obviously, there's been rumours about Mason Mount possibly leaving as well. But analysing it, I'd get rid of the vast majority of that team. You know, Ruben Amorim is inheriting a poor squad. None of this team is Ruben Amorim's. He's inheriting players from other managerial eras. So Ruben Amorim needs time, you know, to recommend the right players in, like I've mentioned, and get rid of the deadwood. You know, I'd keep Ruben Amorim at Man United. You know, like I said, he's been in charge for nearly 3 months now. You know, give him until at least the end of the season. You know, revert back to when Ruben Amorim was in Portugal. You know, he did very well at Sporting Lisbon. He won trophies, won a couple of titles with Sporting Lisbon. He also managed Benfica before. But like I've mentioned before, the Premier League is totally contrast to the Portuguese league. Manchester United have been in transition now for what? The last 12 years since Alex Ferguson retired. And I think it's going to be hard for anybody to replicate what Alex Ferguson did at the club. Alex Ferguson, you know, brought success to Manchester United. You know, created a legacy. You know, he enjoyed what, a 26, 27 year tenure at Manchester United. Of course, he retired back in 2013. And since then, Manchester United have what, sat around 7, 8 managers since then. You know, we had David Moyes, got rid of him after like 8 months. Had Van Gaal, got rid of him. Manchester United won the FA Cup under him. After that, had Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho, of course, won what, 2 trophies in his first season. That was the Europa League and the Carabao Cup. Community Shield as well, if you want to put that into the equation. But the reasons it didn't work out under Mourinho is because he had bad disputes with the board and bad disputes with the top players. We had Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Started off well under him as interim manager. With him doing well as interim manager, Manchester United decided to give him the job on a permanent basis. Then it all went wrong. Then, of course, we had Rangnick. Didn't work out under him. You know, Carrick as interim. He had a few games, then went to Middlesbrough. Of course, Erik ten Hag. Didn't work out under him. He did win 2 trophies in one season. That was the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. And us winning the FA Cup that season saved Erik ten Hag's job. So we have had so many managers. Of course, Manchester United's next game is Rangers in the Europa League. You know, despite us having an horrendous season so far in the Premier League, I'm still expecting Manchester United to win the Europa League. And Ruben Amorim's expectations will be to get some silverware and, you know, get us out of this relegation battle. And not so long ago, you know, Ruben Amorim was discussing about Man United's relegation battle. But we've got to recommend a team in that is going to play as a team, because this current team is not good enough. It is a team of individuals. And Gary Neville was speaking about this, you know, a long time ago. You know, this team is too inconsistent. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes upon the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always. And take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.